I'm focused, man.
All right, you know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Live Market Observation, Volume 55. Yep. Happy MLK Day. It's Monday, January 17th. We're going to do some observation. If you're just making your way on to the live stream, be sure to like and share the video from whatever platform that you're tuned in from. If you're tuning in from Facebook, follow the TeamAlliance Facebook page. Like and share the video first, and then follow the page and turn on the bell. If you're tuning in from YouTube, like and share the video, and then subscribe to the channel, and then turn on the bell notification. Set it to all, or whatever the setting is, so that you receive all the notifications. And if you're tuning in from Twitter, like and share the video, and then retweet on your timeline. If you're not already a member of the public TeamAlliance Facebook group, you'll see the link for the group underneath the video. There's a bunch of links. There's links for playlists. There's links for all of the social media for TeamAlliance. So you can connect on every social media platform pretty much. LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Facebook. You can tune into the podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. All of that is underneath the video. All those links are there. So you got no excuse for not really knowing what's going on here, because there's so many different resources and content available for you to watch, for you to listen to catch what needs to be caught. Basically, you need the right mindset, and you need to know how to understand the movement of the market. With those two things, you literally can position yourself to become a professional at trading. And ultimately, that equals financial freedom. You need it. You need it. So you got to train to become that way. Very difficult to try to do it on your own. Most of you don't know where to start. You definitely don't know where to finish. Many of you are already trading, but you're losing. I know. I know what's going on. I know what's going on, man. And I really, I feel for you. I understand. I understand. It's not easy when you don't know. See, in this industry, too often people think that this is not easy. Like the actual process of trading and being profitable. They think that's hard. That's not what it is. It's not hard once you learn. The hard part is learning. Now, what do I mean? Is it hard to learn? No. It's not hard to learn. But the problem is, it's hard for you to learn. You'll already see where I'm going with this. Why can't you learn? Huh? Why can't you learn? What is it about you that stops you from getting this shit? Well, Mark, I've subscribed to many different things, and I'm starting to believe that this is all a scam. Well, it ain't all a scam. It ain't all a scam. Many of us are doing it right. Hold on. Many of us are doing it right. See? So this is what TeamAlliance represents. This represents the place where you learn how to do it right. Because I assure you that it's you that's messing it up. It's not trading. It's not the platform. It's not the signal provider, right? Oh, well, I just need better signals. Nah, even if you got better signals, I guarantee you still mess up. It's you, man. You got to learn. You have to learn how to understand the market. How do you expect to trade the market and you don't understand it? Tell me that. Doesn't even make sense. This is, this is for those folks that feel like, well, I'm more interested in passive income. I don't have the time to learn. Okay, well, you don't have the time to learn. Guess what's going to happen? You'll never get to passive income. And let me tell you something about residual income. What does residual mean? It means it keeps coming, right? Consistently. It keeps coming. So the only way to generate residual income is with residual skill. Uh-oh, here we go. See, this is that chocolate chip ice cream. I had a little scoop of that before I came on, man. There's something in the chocolate. Without the rent, man. If you want residual income, you need residual skill. It's getting on my nerves a little bit that people think that they can do things without skill. It's time that you realize you just won't be able to do it if you don't have the skill. Uh-oh. If you don't have the skill, you'll never do it. Let me just simplify it for you. Let me help you. Because you, for whatever reason, think that some magical way you'll run into some type of platform or some type of passive thing, some type of online passive thingamajiggy. You're going to find it and you're going to figure out how to just make money on autopilot while you sleep. It's not going to happen. You ain't going to do that. No. And I am watching the market as I'm speaking, so don't think that I'm not paying attention to what the market's doing. I am. This is observation. It's what we do. See, this is one of the things, too, that people don't understand. They're like, well, all you do is watch. Yeah, that's exactly why when I trade, I'm going to win my trades. Because I'm observing the market. You're trying to trade. And because you don't know what you're looking at when you observe, because you probably don't observe, what you're doing is looking for trades. So instead of observing the actual market, you're looking for a trade. They're two different things. And guess what? They produce two different outcomes. What's the outcome been for you looking for trades? What happens when you find one? Are you winning them? Well, I'll assume that you're winning some of them. What about the ones you're losing? How are you going to fix that? See, You're in your mind, you think that the fix to the losing trades is to find a better strategy. You think that you need to find a strategy with a higher win rate. You're just totally confused. You don't get it. None of that works. I don't care what strategy you find. Go ahead and find a 99% accurate strategy. Find it. And you'll still fuck it up. You'll still mess it up. How do you mess up 99%? You'll figure out how to mess it up. It's very easy to mess it up. In fact, first way that you'll mess it up is you'll be greedy. Oh, well, this wins 99% of the time. 99% of these trades win. That's 100%. I'll go as far as saying you can take 100% winning strategy and you'll still figure out how to lose. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then you know what you'll do? Then you'll say, well, this thing is not 100%. I was lied to. They scammed me. It's not 100%. No, the problem is I guarantee you that you didn't do what you were instructed to. I did everything that it said to do. Well, it said don't trade during news. Oh, well, I didn't see that. They told you only trade the New York session. And if there's no trades during the New York session, don't trade at all. Well, it's supposed to be 100%, so it shouldn't matter. Sound to me like you making up your own shit. Huh? See? So you see how easy it is to take something that actually does work and make it not work for you? It's kind of easy to do it, ain't it? It's easy to fuck shit up. I'm just saying. You don't got to take my word for it. It's your account. What is your account telling you? Your account is telling you that you're fucking up. Anyway, if any of you have questions while we're on about the platform that you're looking at, this trading platform is called NADEX. We trade derivatives here. The instrument in particular that we focus on is what's called binary options. And binaries are remarkable because they are the simplest instrument to trade. It's very simple to trade a binary because the binary option is just simply a price level in the market. And the market is either above it or below it. What the binary does is it takes time and it applies it to the price level. So in other words, if this is a 5-minute binary, the price level of the strike represents the line in the sand. If you're selling, the price needs to end below the line, meaning the market. It needs to end below the line. If it does, when the clock runs out, you win that trade. If you're buying, the price would need to end above the line. If it ends above the line when the clock runs out, you win the trade. Now, if it ends on the opposite side of the line compared to what you selected, you would lose. So herein lies the problem. The problem is the fact that the market moves. That's the problem. Well, Mark, I don't see that as a problem. It's good to have good market movement and volatility because that's how the market can travel and you can find a trend. In a 5-minute period, do you realize how many different directions the market can trend in? So what trend are you referring to? Well, the market's either trending up or it's trending down. And no, it's not. It can be trended up for 30 seconds and trending down for 30 seconds. It can be trending down for a minute and a half and then trend up for the next minute and a half. So which way was the trend? Uh-oh, here we go. See, what you're not understanding is that there's something called behavior. It ain't about the trend. It's about you understanding how the market's moving. And your problem is you don't understand. You don't understand. And here I am telling you to just observe the market and learn how it moves. Well, Mark, where should I start? Start by looking instead of trading. Don't look for a trade either. Just look at the movement. Why is this so important? Why y'all think I keep telling y'all to just look at the market? Why would I keep saying that? The reason I tell you that is because when you do it, you start to feel how the market moves. It's a study. All right, let me give you a perfect example, an analogy to use. Scientists. How do you think scientists find shit out? You think that they just knew shit? Or did they just observe? They go out into nature. They go out into the elements. Just like if they want to study a certain species of an animal, they go and look. They don't go out there and say, all right, well, these are tigers, and you know, tigers are like this, and they tend to do that and this and that. They don't go out there trying to say that they do anything. They just go out and look at what they do. They observe. And then they start to see. All right, well, this species of tigers, these tigers are not like the ones, you know, in South America. I'm just giving y'all an example. I don't even know if they got tigers in South America. They probably do somewhere, but these tigers over here in Africa, they not like the ones in the zoo. Use that as an example. So the same species can behave differently depending on where it is. Behavior changes when you move them. A tiger raised in the zoo don't act the same way as a tiger raised in the wild. How would you know that? Because you're looking, you're seeing, you're watching, and you're observing what they do. They act different in the zoo. Huh? You wouldn't know that unless you observed. So my point is that you don't have to know that already. You'll learn that. They don't know right away what it is. That's why they do a study. And this is what people do when they come into this industry. They think they can just come here, get a strategy, or buy some signals and start trading and making money. We're going to generate this passive income. This is going to be incredible. Finally, this is a great platform. You all excited about the win rate that you hear about, but you don't understand what that even means. The win rate that they're giving you is based upon something. But if you're not applying the something, you won't receive the same results. Okay, they got pumas in South America. That's why I didn't say yay or nay, because I have no idea. But yes, so you guys get my point. How are you going to know if you don't observe? So the market is like this. The market is like, well, how dare you think that you just going to win trades without understanding me? This is how the market talks to you. The market is saying, how you think you're going to just win a trade and you don't even know what I'm doing? I don't give a shit about your trade right now. I don't care that that's your trade. You think you're just supposed to win that trade just because? Well, how about this? I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm going to do this. and boom, the market switches up its behavior. It does something different. And because you're not in tune with the market, you didn't know that it switched up. So what did you do? You took the trade anyway. Uh-oh. What was the outcome? There's your outcome. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't understand why I'm losing. This guy sold me out. He said this thing was 100% accurate. So why did I lose this trade? Because you're not doing what he told you to do. I guarantee you. He tell you don't trade during news. You didn't even check the news. So there could have been some type of news that took place that affected the movement of the market, which ultimately affected what? It affected the outcome of your trade. So here we are back again to what? The market. He told you don't mess with news because he knows what news does to the market movement. So that's part of his instruction. Nah, don't trade this during news. I don't care what news it is. If there's news, just don't trade at all. But because you're in trade mode, you're looking for trades. So you just go into the market just looking for the trades. Oh, here's a trade setup. I'm gonna take this one. Yeah, 100%, man. This thing's 100% accurate. Then you take the trade and get slapped. Now you're trying to contact the guy that sold you the strategy. Then you get mad when he don't call you back. He didn't call me back. He's like, nah, man, just read the instructions. You got to follow the instructions, man. Follow the directions. And it goes to show you, see, you can't learn that way. So as much as you buy and all the stuff that you mess around with trying to figure out how to trade and win, the objective should not be to trade and win. The objective should be to understand why you win. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying. That should be your goal. I need to understand why this trade would win. See? It switches everything up. Yep, here we go. Mr. Johnson said he bought software for $8,000, still managed to F up NADEX. Took me a year of losing to finally learn what to look at. Bingo. See? And I know in your mind you're thinking, well, this thing costs $8,000. It got to work. And you know that there's folks like that. They think the more they pay, the more it works. But what happens when you don't understand how to work it? Oh boy. What happens, better yet, you don't understand how it works. You just want to run it. Well, I'm going to just put this on here. Let this run. That's like people that contact me, they tell me about Bitcoin mining and all of this other shit. I'm like, I don't got to mine Bitcoin. I just buy it. I just buy it every week. That's my Bitcoin mining. I'm like, see, you don't understand the logic behind what you're even doing. It's just like when I talk about Bitcoin and I explain it, I did a whole podcast about it also, by the way. If you go to buybitcoineveryweek.com, the podcast is at that link. And on the podcast, I explain and talk about Bitcoin, what the purpose of it is and what you should do. And I said on that podcast, buy it every week and don't ever sell it. This is what I said. Buy it every week and don't ever sell it. Just hold it. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. Well, what price should I buy it at? I don't care what the price is. Just buy it every week. That's it. And I explained, I said, Bitcoin is like land. Imagine if you bought a piece of New York City and you just held on to it and you still owned it. That's what it's like. Prime real estate. And that's the thing. You never sell prime real estate. You can do all type of things with it, but you don't ever sell it. So anyway, once again, if you don't understand, that's the problem. So people are doing the same thing with the market. They don't understand the market. Guess what happens when they trade? They don't win consistently. And what happens when they don't win consistently is they need now somebody to blame. They got to blame somebody. Well, his strategy is not this. He said it's 100%. Nothing is 100%. Okay. Like y'all keep saying that, but I be winning my trades. I be winning my trades. The crazy thing is that when I teach people how to look at the market, they end up in the same trades as me. Whoa, 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 whoa. How is that possible? It's the dynamic of how this works. If I'm teaching you what to do, now when you apply that knowledge, the outcome will be the same because you understand what to do. I'm not just telling you, do this. Buy this now. Buy. It's just like if I said, all right, here, we got price in here. We're going to buy right now. We only got a minute and a half. Yeah, we're going to buy right now. This should keep going up. And I say buy, and then you jump in. Why? Why did you jump in? Oh, well, market is going up. Okay. We got a minute and 20 seconds left, though. So you're going to just buy just because I said to buy? Do you understand why I said buy? Well, not really, but I mean, it looks good. Looks pretty good to me. See? But you don't understand why. So when the day comes when the market is doing crazy shit, and right here where this candle is, you get a candle coming down looking like this one. You get a candle coming down like this. That brings the market all the way back down here somewhere under where you bought at. And you trying to figure out what the hell happened. Mind you, I know why that would happen or could happen. The possibility of that is look at this. Just look at what the market's doing as I'm talking. If this thing goes under this box, I'm going to walk off. I'm letting you know now. Oh, you're lucky. Oh, you're so lucky. Whoa, hold on. I got to walk off anyway. I'll be back. I'm going to get some water.
Dom de Marco. Dom de Marco.
Yo, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this up. I can't make that up. You just saw that. See? And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You think I just be talking just to talk? I just said, what if this went all the way down here, back under the strike where you bought it at? And it almost did. You was all excited over here when this candle was pushing up. But now you baffled by why this came down. Why did it do this? Mind you, with a few seconds left. If you was in this trade, you shit on yourself. Straight up. You shitted on yourself. Come on, man. You cannot make this up. You better pay attention. You better pay attention. Unbelievable. This is crazy. Jeez. That shit was crazy. Oh, man. All right. Let me come over to the comments. I know you're over there saying stuff. Yeah, look, see, carry no. Reversal energy all day. And now, mind you, we already knew that, though. See, we knew that. We already knew that. Look at all this shit. Look at this. Look at this. We already knew that was there. See, over here, you getting excited like, oh, it's in a downtrend. It's in a downtrend. All I need to do is sell. Uh-huh. Then it comes down here, right? It starts coming up. Like, oh, okay, now it's in an uptrend. Is it? So you get excited over here. You like, oh, I only got a minute and change left. Let me buy. And you buy that shit. Then it goes up. You feeling all excited. You're like, yeah. Then you in the last minute. And that market come down and it messes around with your strike. In the last few seconds. Stays above by a couple of micro pips. But you done shitted yourself. Because you in that trade is different than just watching how we're looking now. When you in the trade, you're like, oh my God. Why'd the market do that? See, we understand why the market did it. Because the market was already doing it. Look at all this shit. Oh my goodness. Insanity. Yeah, man. I see. I'm telling you, I hope y'all pay attention. Cannot make this stuff up. Carrie, I got you next time. I got you next time. And yes, 100%. 100%. Yep. And very good. Very good. Little bit at a time. That's it. Carrie also says, my objective is to be 1-0 from now on. This year, my goal is to successfully complete 30 trades to freedom. Freedom starts in your mind before you get there. Been training 301 mindset. That's it. That's it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's not uncommon at all. Mr. Johnson said he lost over 13,000 cumulative, I'm sure. Crazy. Yes, correct, Orion. Correct. Yeah, the environment is not there for me. Great phase one for me. Yeah, you just stay in phase one until phase one is what you need it to be. And this ain't what you need it to be. Nope, nope, nope. Angel, you were asking about the gray area. Is this still the gray area? Focus on horizontal, but I'm wondering if this environment is momentum or gray. The, that's a fair question. There is some momentum, but I really haven't been watching to know if the follow through is there, but just looking at the way I'm seeing like a lot of wicks, I would say that you probably had moments of momentum, like these long candles like this, and a lot of this in here is momentum. But you can see the momentum starting to wane when you start seeing wicks. Excuse me, because the wicks show you that the reversal energy is winning the tug of war against momentum. When you have your moment of momentum, the push is so dominant that the market can't reverse. There's so much momentum present that the market has to, it just goes and it stays wherever it goes continuously. So the momentum that you want when the trade sets up has to already be there. You're not trying to predict momentum. And this is for those of you that look at vertical, because that's a good question that Angel asked about whether or not it's the gray area. The gray area is when you know that there's not enough momentum. And I mean the gray area for vertical. Because you got gray for vertical and you got gray for horizontal. But the gray is just the point where it's not what you need it to be. That's what the gray area means, regardless of which perspective you're looking at things through. So if you're looking at things through the vertical perspective, if there's not enough momentum, you'll know, because the market won't have the continuous movement. And also it won't have the push. Like when there's momentum, it's so obvious. It's like, that's momentum. Like if I had to, without even looking at this or seeing this at the time, I can tell you that this is momentum. Look how big the candles are. They're continuous. Even the moments where there was movement in the opposite direction, the continuation of the movement took place in the same direction. Candles were long, solid, and it was continuous. And it took place for a period of time. And then when it stopped doing that, you saw where it stopped. Once you got right in here, this right here, the reversal energy starting to win now. So that's what the market does. Now the market's starting to reverse. It's going one way, but then it's coming back up the other way. Then it's reversing again, going back up the other way. Then it's going down. You see what I'm saying? But when you got that momentum, the momentum stabilizes the movement. So when you look at these moves, you're like, yo, that's a lot of push right there. So if this sets up for your strike and you know that this is there already, like by the time you get, like, for example, let me see which candle represents the last one. For this one right here, as a matter of fact, this is a good one to use, because if there was a strike here with that would have been in position for a crossover, you already know momentum is here. Momentum's here already. This little pause, let me zoom in. This little ass candle right here, nothing. It's nothing. It's just a pause. It's the market trying to come back up, but it don't have enough reversal energy relative to the actual momentum present. It's too much momentum still. So what does it do? It continues to do what it was already doing. So this little pause is just a pause. But the actual behavior that's there is momentum. It's there already. Look at this. It's already there. So now when this sets up, if there's a crossover that's set up for this, that's going to be the trade. You see what I'm saying? Versus you trying to figure out if one of these candles down here will turn into momentum. That's what this area is more so. You're like, I wonder if this is going to turn into momentum. I wonder if this is going to, you don't have to wonder if it's going to turn into momentum. You want momentum to be there already. And if it is there already, you'll know. See, you'll know that it's there. It'll be obvious. Even in here there was less momentum, and you can see why. You see how there's wicks. So the market is pushing up, but then it's coming back down. Still pushing up, still coming back down. Push up, coming back down. You see how the wicks is on the top. Then here you had a push up. Here you had the market come down first, then it pushed up. Then here you had a push up. So there was less consistency in the push during this series. And again, I didn't even see how these actually looked at the time. But when you're looking at it in real time, you'll be able to clearly see when momentum is there. It'll be obvious and it'll be undeniable. And it'll be so much force and push in the movement that the market can't reverse. So the momentum overwhelms the reversal energy. The momentum is what's dominant. And that's what the movement turns into. And then that's what sets up your crossover trade. See? So hopefully that was a good explanation. I mean, it was a good explanation, but hopefully you guys kind of caught what I'm saying about that. And momentum is also something that, it don't happen that often. Like, it's not like it always goes on. But when it does go on, you'll know. The market will show you, like, yeah, momentum is here. Momentum is here, and reversal energy is not messing with it. Yep. And it'll make its presence known. But that was a good question, Angel. Yes, thank you, Orion. Very good. That means you caught it. Very good. Definitely Jules, I agree. Why do you trade at the $20 price rather than any other price, 25 or 30? Initially, when I first started on NADEX, I used to use 17 and 83. So I used to actually use a different number. Then after a while, I just tested a slightly high number. So 17 became 20, 83 became 80 for buys. And I just kind of stuck with that ever since. But there really is not, there's no difference between the 17 and the 20 and the 83 and the 80. The only difference really is the fact that I tested the 20 and I felt comfortable with the 20 because I knew that it was no difference. If there would have been something that was different about it, I wouldn't have used it. But 83 and 17 were the two numbers in option pricing that I became aware of by the market on the platform. So it's like a nuance that was revealed to me when I was observing NADEX in the early days. So that's where I got the numbers from. I didn't create those numbers. It's the numbers that created themselves through my observation. And this is what I mean about observing. When you observe long enough, the market reveals everything about itself to you for you to be consistent with your results. But if you don't observe, you'll never get to that point. You won't know what it is. So it's kind of like, well, Mark, did you create this strategy? Well, see, that's your problem. You think that this is a strategy. It's not a strategy. The market does certain things, and you either know that or you don't know. But you'll never find out if you don't observe long enough. That's the point I'm making. So all of the parameters and like everything that I teach for the process that we use and for the protocol that we follow, all of that was given to me by the market. I didn't make stuff up. I didn't say, all right, well, this is what it is, and we're going to use this. I didn't do none of that. That's what this is exactly why I say I tested 20. I didn't say, well, I'm going to use 20. You understand what I'm saying? Initially, I was using 17. I said, well, let me test 20. And I tested 20, and there was no difference. I said, all right, well, I use 20. I get a little more on the trade. Cool. But like, it's not that much of a difference where it's like you'll get different results by using 17 or using 20. The results are not coming from the number anyway. Matter of fact, let me dig into this a little bit more because that's a good question, Alan. The results are not coming from the number of the option price. That's deep. And you got to catch this. The results are coming from you understanding the behavior of the market. That's where the results are coming from. It's your understanding of the behavior. Because what difference does it make if it's 17 or 20 if you lose? Who cares what it was? 17, 20, 24, 28, 30, 35. What difference does it make if you lose the trade? See? So, Alan, that's a good question, but in reality, that's a trade question. And you see how I redirected your attention because I'm now, by us talking about it, now you understand more why behavior is so important. Like, oh, wow. So really the number don't matter. Exactly. It doesn't matter in the scheme of the totality of what we do. Doesn't matter. Because if you don't understand behavior, you'll lose regardless of what the price is. I've seen people take trades for $5 and lose. And then, in your mind, you're like, I can't lose that one. It's $5. But because you don't understand behavior, the market comes back on you and you end up losing. So you literally lost $95. Crazy. You lost $95 trying to make $5 because you're just using that. You're not understanding the dynamic of the market. So in your mind, you're thinking like, well, nah, you can't lose a trade for $5. Yes, you can. And people have done it. I've seen them do it. Yep. I have seen them do it. So you definitely can lose a trade for $5. Don't get it twisted. Yep. If you don't understand behavior, you'll lose a trade regardless of what the price is. There you go. Results come from knowing the right time. That's right. The results that we're looking for. Bingo. Yeah, it's definitely good stuff. Definitely. Forrest, what's happening? There you go. Maui Jeff, option pricing is the last step in the process. Most will start out focused on option pricing because their mindset is to focus on the trade, not the behavior.
I'm focused, man.
There you go. There you go. And that's exactly where they go wrong. Right? Yep. And that's why there's such a significant difference between our results and what other people be doing. Like when people tell me what goes on and how they perform, I'm like, man, You took how many trades? Yeah, well, on average, I take about 4 to 5 a day. That right there, that's your first problem. You are trading way too much. Why are you taking 5 trades? Well, because strategy says, you got to take the trade when it sets up. Okay. Well, if there's 5 of them, then work on ironing out the best one. Out of the 5 that you took, how did the market look during each trade? Look at the value of what I just said. Because this is how I respond to people when they tell me that type of stuff. I'll say to them, I'm like, well, I want you to look at all 5 of your trades and look at how the market looked in each one. The trade that you lost, how did the market look relative to the other times? The trades that you win, do they look similar in the market? How does the market look for the winning trades? And when you do this, you'll discover, like, wow, the market looked different for all of them. Exactly. Market's doing something different in each one of the trades. But mind you, the trade is the same. It's the same setup, ain't it? But you're not understanding what the market's doing to know whether or not it makes sense to even be in that setup at the time. And if you just tweak by taking the time to identify how the market needs to look when you take that setup, I guarantee you that you'll change your results. But you have to take time to do that. Now, mind you, this is for people that trade already that don't train with me. You don't got to be in TA or anything. I don't care what you're doing and what you're trading. You're trading your own strategy. You bought a strategy from somebody else, whatever it is. You need to observe the market and see how the market looks when that trade wins definitively. Like it's a solid win. How does the market look during that time? And by just doing that, what you're doing is you're conditioning your eyes to look at the market first. Because now, if you wait for the market to look that way first, now when the trade sets up, you know that it's going to win. Because you're not winning trades because of the trade. I've said this many times. You don't win trades because of the trade. You win your trades because of what the market did. So the question is, do you understand what the market did? It's crazy, man. These are Jews all day, man. Like that, huh? This is good stuff here, man. Yeah, this is a great idea. Yep. Ronnie says he watched the market for 3 weeks, have yet to see the market give me a trade. Now I understand why taking just one trade is a lot. Exactly. See, because it's important to understand the dynamic of what we're doing. We don't need a lot of trades. What we need is complete consistency. Listen, we need to be consistent every time. So in order for us to do that, we need to know what's going on in the market at all times. We're never searching for trades. And that's why when a trade eventually comes, because you've been trained to observe the market first, that trade comes and wins. And not only does it win, but you understand why it won. And you'll see it. You're like, yeah, oh, that was it. Yeah, that's winner chicken dinner right there all day. Yes. Yes, because you're observing the market. You're understanding why. That's the difference. And if people who trade would just take the time to observe the market first, they'll change their results just off of that. You'll win more if you do what I'm telling you to do. Because I'm trying to get you to the point where you just win all the time. There's no reason that you can't win all the time. See? Because the reasons you don't win now is bullshit. It's all bullshit. You thinking that you didn't win the trade because you selected a bad trade. How can it be a bad trade if the trade has a certain setup? It's not a bad trade. It's set up to do whatever it's set up to do. But you got to understand the trade is in the market. The trade is not an isolated thing by itself. It requires the market to even produce itself. So if you just look for trade setups, you'll find trade setups all the time. Because whatever the rules for entering are, that takes place all the time. But we're not interested in just being in trades if they don't win. That's what you have to get through your head. We don't care about trades if they lose. What's the point? It's just like if see, this internet is acting up a little bit. It's just like if someone is trying to that system won't work. Because eventually you'll end up being in a trade at the wrong time. So you'll be in a good trade at the wrong time and the trade will lose. And then what you'll end up doing is questioning the system. In other words, you'll start questioning the setup. Like, I don't know, maybe I should develop another trade setup or a better trade setup. It's not the trade setup that's the problem. The problem is your lack of understanding of the market. That's the problem. You don't understand the importance. You don't understand the importance of understanding the market yet. Damn, this internet acting up crazy. What the hell? Hold on. Keep going out. All right. Maui Jeff says, that's why everybody's first day in TA. First question is, where's that TA spreadsheet? They're focused on the money and not the process, right? That is true. That's kind of how you know that somebody is already focusing on. I'm not gonna say it's the wrong thing to focus on, but it's not the best thing to focus on that first. You don't want to focus on the money first. Allow the money to come as a result of you focusing on the right things first. Yep. Yeah, definitely, Shawnee. Definitely. He says you have to really believe that you can win all your trades. Yes. Yes. See, and you know what's crazy? It becomes easier to believe when you actually train and put the work in, because you start realizing that, oh snap. You begin to realize that because you see how you can do it. You start to see, like, wow, yeah, the market does stabilize and do this. And when it does have, end up in this environment, and then when it does start to range, and when it does cluster, and when it does have a barrier, when it does do these things, it does do this. Exactly. So if you see that the market does do these things, then you know that you can win all your trades. Because if you align yourself with the behavior in the market that we wait for, those trades end up winning. And we know why they win. They're winning because of what the market's doing. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the fact that you understand it is even crazier, because now what that means is you can apply it. So now you can take that knowledge and just apply it, and it'll happen. Come on, man. Come on. Whole nother level. We win because we know what it is doing now, not what it did. Did is past tense. I want to know about now. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yes, indeed. So here's a good example of transition. Now, you see the movement that we just kind of came out of. You can see how the market has been gradually slowing. It's been slowing down a little bit, right? It's been slowing. You're seeing some smaller candles. Still got the big candles in between, but then you start to see smaller candles. They're getting smaller, they're getting smaller. So you're seeing how the market gradually moves into a slower environment, and then how that affects behavior. When the market starts to slow down, now you can see what the actual behavior is. So if there is stability present, you'll see it. You'll see it. The market will begin to range. When the market starts to range, just like right now, for example, market is slowing down and you're starting to see the size of the candles get smaller, right? But you know that you can't say, well, the market is ranging now, just because you see one instance of the market with smaller candles. And let me see what the actual size of the candles are, just so that we can have a reference. So this one is 5. This one is 7. This one is 3. This one is 8. And this one is 4. So you see that there's still a mix of different sizes, but overall, the candles are getting smaller, right? But you haven't seen this long enough to say, well, all right, market is ranging. You can't say that yet. See, but you do see that the market is transitioning into what could become the market ranging. But we're not there yet. So you just keep observing. Just keep waiting and watching. That's all. And eventually what will happen is when the market does range, you'll see these smaller candles dominate the chart. This will be what is dominating. See, it won't be what just happened for a period of time and then the market went right back to what it was doing already. Because we know what the market was doing already. This is what the market was doing. And before that, it was doing this. So you can see how it literally transitioned since we've been on here. And it still is transitioning. So it's in transition. So this is now the gray area more so for horizontal. See? Because we know that the horizontal perspective is a slower environment with smaller candles in it. But this is gray now because this is the first instance of us seeing smaller candles. That's number one. We need to see these smaller candles dominate the chart. So when you have smaller candles dominating, that's letting you know that you're in a range now. Because the distance of the movement is being manifested through the smaller candles. It's a shorter distance, 4 micropips, 3 micropips. Some of them will be 2 or 1, right? And then you'll keep seeing more of that. Then when you get a big candle or two, those big candles don't last long. So now you're seeing the market, okay, now it's position changing. Because we had the first instance of the smaller candles, then big candles, then we have another instance of the smaller candles. See, and this is how it unfolds. Now, what I'm describing hasn't happened yet, but I'm just saying it because that's what will happen. You'll see bigger candles, it maybe be 1, maybe 2, and then you'll see the market start doing this again. See? Because you know what this is. These are smaller candles. And then when you see that just continuously taking place, that's how you know that you have the range. And that's how you know to start looking for your barriers. Because your barriers are what is going to create the clusters. The candles will cluster together because the market is respecting the same levels. And that's why it creates the horizontal look. So now the candles are moving across. When you look back here, candles are moving vertically. They ain't moving across, they're moving down. Up. Look, up. Down. Down. Now you get over here and you in a smaller area, they're moving across. Horizontal. See? But you're learning to be able to recognize when you see the transition and then when you see the dominance. You see what I'm saying? So you never get caught up during transition because you know the market has not reached where it needs to be yet as far as behavior. In other words, you need the market to already have its behavior present before you consider being in any trades. That behavior got to be there already. And if it ain't there, you got to wait for it. You see? It's good stuff, man. Above my best, when you sign up, yes, you'll receive an email, but more importantly, you want to connect with me on Facebook. Under the video where the link to sign up is, you'll also see a link directly to me on Facebook. So make sure that you're connected with me and send me a friend request. So when you sign up, then I'll get you set up and put into the group chat and send you all of the playlists and everything that you need. This internet is acting funny tonight, man. Damn. Yeah, so everything that you'll need will be sent to you, but make sure that you connect with me on Facebook when you sign up. All right. So yeah, this is all day. All day. And that's the thing. You guys know this stuff already. Yep. But it's like when you hear it, it's like hearing it for the first time. I know. Right, Jamal? Ronnie says, I like TA because it doesn't make me do shit. Take trades that I shouldn't do. Take trades that I shouldn't, or think about trades. TA is based on teaching you to watch and wait for the market. Yes. Facts. See, this is what we do, man. This is what we do. Patience, discipline, focus. Yes. Jamal, I'm gonna ignore that. Jamal acting crazy. I'm talking about market doing something strange for a piece of change. Oh man, nuts. All right, you're welcome, man. Yeah, totally corny, right? Excuse me. Crazy. Crazies, man. The crazies are out. All right, man. So this was actually a live observation. This was really good tonight, I must say. Like Rant Man came out the gate, and then the jewels came. We got to really get more detail about the market movement in the gray area, which is very important to understand. When you're in the gray area, there's nothing to do other than wait. You just keep waiting. You know, the market. See, the thing about the market is that it gets there eventually. Eventually, it's going to get there. You're waiting. You're learning to be patient and just wait. You're learning to have discipline. Don't do nothing until the market gets to what it needs to be doing. Don't do anything. There's nothing to do yet. See? That's powerful, man. That's powerful, man. Listen. Listen. All right, y'all. So this was great. I'll probably do either coffee and charts or a live observation tomorrow. We'll be back on once again. And that's about it. So this is live market observation volume 55. All right. And that's it. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Love, peace, and soul. I'm out.
Dom the Marco. Dom the Marco.